Joe Green here in Studio B now, live Studio B sessions on WNCW made possible by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Proud to, after a good many years, welcome back to Studio B, Tim Easton. How you doing, Tim?
Pretty good. Good to see you guys today. Good to hang out at WNCW again. It has been at least 10 years, I'd say, maybe more.
It's been closer to 20, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think.
Same, 2 years in radio is 1 year for me, I guess, on the road or something.
It's radio years, right? Okay.
20 years. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I've been doing this a while.
Well, your new song is, your new album is You Don't Really Know Me. And maybe we don't, but I think you're going to start with a song off the new record?
Yeah, this is a song. This is kind of an ode, a song I wrote for Mr. John Prine. This is a song called Voice on the Radio. There's a full moon over Nashville town. The streets are nearly quiet, save the barking dogs and the occasional siren, and your voice on the radio, calm and sweet and cool and low. Voice on the radio gets me by. There's a souvenir for every joint you played, from Chicago to Galway town, where lovers are laughing as they lay each other down to your voice on the radio, calm and sweet and cool and low. Voice on the radio makes them smile. Well, tonight I cannot hold you close. There's a lockdown on the land. Someday we gonna raise a glass and play one with the band. Sing the one about paradise or the way that the world goes around. You may toss your burden when you hear the sound of his voice on the radio, calm and sweet and cool and low. Voice on the radio helps you cry. When you're down at the bottom with no one to turn to, I know one solution to lift you from your blues. His voice on the radio, calm and sweet and cool and low. Voice on the radio gets you high. His voice on the radio, calm and sweet and cool and low. Voice on the radio gets you high.
Live in Studio B, that's Tim Easton. That, Tim, is the first song off this record that I played on the air here. I was intrigued by the title of it, of course, because I've been doing this for 40 years. Actually, 12 years in radio years, but 40. Yeah. But anyway, and then I realized who that song was for and about, and it was just, I was so glad I chose that one.
Yeah, it's an easy handoff there. Just putting the radio title in the song definitely.
You're gonna get some airplay, man.
Right. I mean, I do love radio. I've loved it all my life. A lot of radio listening in my family, and I still to this day when I get in the car, I put the radio on. I don't trust the algorithm always to feed me what song I want next. I like human DJs to put their thoughts and basically play songs that maybe I haven't heard yet, that I haven't thought about yet, or something new. And in the case of that tune, I did write that the night that John Prine passed, kind of like the first major casualty of this era of people leaving us, you know. And I just thought to myself, well, we have his music forever, and every now and then, you know, some cool stations like WNCW, you hear his voice on the radio, and it is very calming and relaxing, you got to admit. And it's not just for us fans of American music, it's people all over the world that just like, we're all kind of his grandchildren, and positivity. And I met him when I was a young street musician traveling, and ran into him in Ireland. Actually, I was hitchhiking around Ireland, and I barged into his sound check to meet him, you know, with this same guitar that I'm playing now, and more than 20 years ago. And he was very encouraging, very loving, and told me to write my own songs. So I started doing that.
Yeah. Oh, that's an awesome story. You know, I was sitting here thinking while you were singing, I was like, I'm going to ask which one of you has more stories to tell, that guitar or you. But everybody I've ever met that either as an artist who's either worked with him or just went to him for advice or something, or just fans, everybody has always said how sweet and gracious John Prine was. And I'm sad I never got the chance to meet him in person. But anyway, thanks for doing that song and for putting that on the album. It's a great tribute. We discovered after he died, you know, we were playing a lot of his music in tribute after he passed away, and we discovered that, you know, we could basically do a whole broadcast day of nothing but John Prine music.
Right. Yeah, that's a fortunate thing that we have that music, and that he'll continue to inspire creatives and just people and humanity, I think, for all time, because it's really powerful stuff. And really, he never had this big message, but he was just very gentle and calming and reassuring, and kind of like reading a great old book or something. It just feels good to listen to John Prine.
Almost anybody at any time listening to him can find something in whatever song's playing they can relate to, and that to me is a successful songwriter.
Right.
I mean, that's an amateur's opinion, but that's what I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, he's just beloved by so many, and we're lucky to still just have those records now.
Yeah. Well, we like you too, Tim, and we like what you write, and it's great to have you back after these years. I think Martin put up on our public media and things that it had been since 2003 that you'd been here, and I did a little research, and you did a song on our Crowd Around the Mic collection, Volume 7, and we're up to 25 this year.
Wow.
So
okay.
It's been a while.
Right. Yeah. I've been you know, now I live in Tennessee. I live in Nashville. I was living out in the desert for a while, of Joshua Tree, and I am a dad now, and I travel over to Europe quite a bit, and overseas here and there, but getting around the lower 48, not as much. I just spent 40 days in Alaska, so I'm traveling a little bit more, and I'd love to get over to Asheville more, because let's face it, it's paradise. And my good friend Martha King is here, and
hey, Martha.
Yeah. Martha's visiting, and there's just great music fans, and obviously the mountains and the Blue Ridge Mountains, and Doc Watson always on my mind here. And there's a poster, you guys have a WNCW poster of Doc Watson that hangs in this studio. And when I was here 20 years ago, you guys gave me that exact poster, and it hangs now in my home studio in Nashville.
Wow.
Yeah. I still have that.
Well,
yeah.
Doc and Woody, they were big influences for you when you were coming along, right?
Yeah, I mean, most of us folkies got to say that, yeah, Doc Watson, huge thing. And going to Merlefest back in the day, and just really anytime now, again, he's none of one of those voices, and just really calming, and it basically makes you feel good for me. The happy blues of Doc Watson and Mississippi John Hurt, part of my life, and certainly Woody Guthrie, and his getting to know his family and going to play Woody Fest has been really cool these last 20 years.
Well, all right. You're playing the ISIS in Asheville tonight?
Yes.
And
outdoors.
Outdoors, yeah.
Just so you know.
And you're playing solo, you and your instruments, right?
Yep. Yeah, the new album has got full band on there, and I made it during the pandemic, and there's a lot of tunes that address that, what it was like just, coming out of that lonesome feel, and it's kind of an uplifting album, though. It's not really, it's about the hard times. It's more about uplifting, about reaching out, checking in with someone that you know, and asking them how they feel and meaning it, and I will tour, though. I will tour, and I will play tonight solo acoustic.
Cool. Well, all right.